wondered about this particular thing? Because it turns out that that thing is real.
According to the United Nations, the global population has reached 8 billion people. The United Nations also projects that the population could grow to around 8.5 billion by year 2020 and 9.7 billion by year 2050. Based on research from Nigeria, there's a positive relationship between population growth and unemployment, indicating that as the population increases, the level of unemployment also tends to rise. This is because more people may mean a larger workforce, which can lead to a higher competition for available jobs if job creation does not keep pace with population growth. Let me explain in more detail. Population is the number of people in a particular economy. It includes people in the labor force and people who are not in the labor force. Labor force means those who are in between 15 and 64 years old and who are either working or jobless, means the total of employment plus unemployed. There's three main categories of unemployment. First, frictional unemployment occurs when people are seeking first employment or switching in between jobs. Next, we have structural unemployment. It happens due to occupational or geographical immobility. Last, we have cyclical unemployment. It is caused by the contraction phase of the business cycle. For example, demand for goods and services fall dramatically and it forces business to lay off large numbers of workers to cut costs.
Now let's compare the unemployment rate of a few Asian countries in 2023. From the graph, we can clearly see that Malaysia had the second highest unemployment rate when compared with Singapore, Vietnam, Thailand, and Indonesia. Economists typically view an unemployment rate of around 3% to 5% as indicative of a healthy economy. Thus, Malaysia's 3.5% unemployment rate places it in a relatively strong position, indicating a healthy labor market comparable to or better than several other countries. This suggests that Malaysia has effectively managed its economic recovery post-pandemic, contributing to stable employment figures. But there is always room for improvement, so we always wish to reduce the unemployment rate to ensure the inclusivity and sustainability of economic growth. Malaysia's unemployment rate. According to the Department of Statistics Malaysia, the unemployment rate decreased to 3.2% in the fourth quarter of 2019 and the lowest recorded since the first quarter of 2016. To be very precise, the number of employed people increased to 15.29 million in December 2019 compared to December 2018, which was 14.99 million. Unfortunately, for the year 2020, Malaysia's unemployment rate had a major rise to 4.8% as the number of unemployed people was 772,900. The implementation of the Movement Control or the MCO as a measure to control the COVID-19 pandemic beginning in March 2020 caused many companies to unable to operate as usual, leading to an increase in employee layoffs. The industrial sectors that were most affected due to the decline in demand during COVID-19 are the tourism-related and manufacturing industries. Later in the year 2021, Malaysia's unemployment rate slightly dropped to 4.6% as the economic activities started to resume back. Following the easing of containment measures, the rebound in economic activity was also aided by recovery in the labour market as well as continued policy support by the government. Next, For the year 2022, Malaysia's unemployment rate was 3.6%. Some of the initiatives carried out by the Ministry of Human Resources throughout the year to combat unemployment are
Kementerian Sumber Manusia, antaranya kerajaan menyediakan platform pencarian kerja dalam portal My Future Jobs. Melalui perkisau juga secara berterusan mempergiatkan karnival kerjaya atau job carnival, dan kerajaan menerusi sistem insuran pekerjaan, turut menyediakan pelbagai program bagi peningkatan modal insan dan keboleh pasaran pekerja.
Thus, in 2023, Malaysia's unemployment rate continued to decline 3.3%, reaching the rate before pandemic, and the number of unemployed people also decreased to 569,200. This improvement marks a significant recovery in Malaysia's labour market and demonstrates positive trends towards economic stability and growth.
Next, let's focus on Malaysia's unemployment rate by age group. Based on data from Statista Research Department, the number of unemployment in Malaysia by age group in 2022, the highest number of unemployed people in Malaysia belong in the age group between 20 to 24 years old. In 2022, there were around 219,000 people who were between 20 to 24 years old, were jobless and unemployed. This figure means a lot to the unemployment rate. As we know, fresh graduates are important for a country because they bring new skills, ideas, and energy to the workforce. They help drive innovation and economic growth, and they replace an aging workforce, ensuring that the country has the human resources needed to maintain and improve its industries and services. Additionally, they often have the most up-to-date education in their fields, which can be vital for staying competitive in a global market. Therefore, it is significant to hire fresh graduates to contribute to the country. Malaysia recorded 5.92 million graduates in 2022, while the graduates' unemployment rate stood at 3.7%, according to the Graduate Statistics 2022 released by the Malaysia Statistics Department. Who to blame? Job market. Over the years, the problem snowballs because fresh graduates entered a labour market crowded with the previous year's unemployed graduates. The proliferation of the number of graduates being produced does not tally with the number that the job market can absorb, making it hard for graduates to find a job. Next, skill gaps between what educational institutions provide and what employers need. Malaysian Employers Federation MEF President Datuk Dr. Syed Hussain Syed Husman did not believe that there is such a thing as overqualification. However, they are often perceived as overqualified when applying for jobs as their qualifications and skills do not match the employer's requirement. Meanwhile, the Malaysian Employers Federation MEF said the poor economic condition in the country could be the reason for the high number of unemployed graduates. Employers don't have the capacity to employ them due to the fact that businesses are very much challenged now and most of them are reporting lower profits. Employers are cutting costs, and when you cut costs, one of the first thing you look at it is your hiring policy, they said. According to JobStreet, fresh graduates are part of the unemployed issue. There are 5 main reasons why they are not getting hired. First, they stick to unrealistic salaries. Fresh graduates are expecting much higher starting salaries and benefits compared to the industry standards. Employees are often shocked by fresh graduates' unrealistic expectations, considering that they have lower knowledge and expertise. Second, they are picky about the companies or job that they want to work for. Malaysian fresh graduates place much emphasis on company culture, work-life balance, and more. However, not all companies offer these benefits, and only the best and rarest talents are hired instead, while others stay unemployed. Next, their poor character and attitude. A growing number of Malaysian fresh graduates are delaying their job hunt as they would prefer to take a long break after their graduation. Then, many of them lack soft skills, like having poor English and poor communication skills. Many Malaysian fresh graduates struggle to communicate in English fluently. According to employers and industry players, the majority of Malaysian fresh graduates lack the technical, problem-solving and soft skills that employers require to compete for jobs in Malaysia.
Graduate unemployment was found to be the highest in business administration, applied science, human resource management, accounting, arts, and social science courses, say Higher Education Minister Dato Seri Idris Jusor, as quoted by New Straits Times. To tackle the issue of unemployed graduates, the Higher Education Ministry has implemented a number of beneficial programs. The programs include the Integrated Cumulative Grade Point Average, which is ICGPA, 2 University plus 2 Industry, which is 2U2I, and the CEO faculty. Jamaluddin Yahya said job matching for graduates was being done through a collaboration with the Social Security Organization, which is SOCSO, to see that graduates get jobs compatible with their qualifications. These initiatives are implemented through the My Future Jobs portal or career carnival organized by public higher learning institution and SOCSO, he added. Malaysia also introduced micropreneur programs to beat rising unemployment. The government hopes the introduction of micropreneur programs will narrow what is seen as a widening income gap across different states.
Malaysia is looking at micropreneurs or small-scale businesses with little to no employees or few to no employees to combat rising unemployment. The government hopes the introduction of micropreneur programs will narrow what is seen as a widening income gap across different states.
For those students, these graduates, because it's quite difficult to find job, you maybe have a special program for them. And for us, this going to be senior citizen, maybe there's another program for us, because not everybody do the same thing, not everybody can do the same thing, as simple as that.
Unemployment will bring many issues to individuals, countries, and even globally. Individuals who face unemployment will lose income and identity, have social and health problems, and slowly will reduce an economy's outputs, slow down economic growth, increase economy problems, and so on. Therefore, everyone should work together to reduce the unemployment rate to create a virtuous cycle of economic prosperity, social stability, and individual well-being.